Okay, well I'm back with a tutorial nobody asked for, and probably not enough people are going to watch or care about. But anyways, I'm Zombie with the VR Bros, and I end up doing a lot of these scene transitions that add overlaid effects. Essentially, you can even reuse these effects in VODs as well as during your live streams. You can clip the portion with it so you don't even have to do it. The timing's a little bit of a pain to get used to. Quick keys definitely help out. I'll be dropping a link as well, but you're definitely going to want to get something called Advanced Scene Switcher if you're running OBS. Now, this is going to be a little tailored to OBS specifically. I'm not sure how to do it on Slops or XSplit, but anyway, so essentially what we're going to be doing here is something like, where is it here? There's an original one with all me. See, and now notice how my avatar goes smaller. Essentially, think of my avatar like you would your cam. You got it small down here, and you know, with one of these, you can emphasize. Yeet. Or like if somebody likes or something like that, you could be like, hey, thanks for following. We appreciate you. You know what I mean? It adds emphasis, a lot of personality to the moment. I've even had success clipping these in VODs. So like the moments like that where I gave personal value, like some of these hit 40K, and I'm like under 4K subs still. So anyways, digress. Let's go ahead and get into the actual tutorial of this. So let's go ahead and go over a different aspect now, and I'm actually going to throw it back on my normal 1:1 aspect ratio so that things look right. So one thing to take into consideration too with editing techniques is that they can actually be applied to streaming if done correctly. This would be essentially transparent or chroma keyed files. Now me personally, I've actually made quite a few of those already, and they need to be configured to your correct aspect ratio, but these are in essence effects that will play, and I mean this one for instance is one that's meant to be dual layered with this.
Yes, queen. Everybody say yes, queen.
So now in OBS for instance, the beautiful part about that is that I use what's called a WebM VP9 I believe, and it allows me to do transparencies, so that for that little clip for instance I could actually quick key in to flip over to that, and it'll actually have a transparency over my entire stream, and this essentially allows you to do like live effects, kind of like you would add in a stream. Now the timing of course, you know, needs to be pulled off correctly. Anyways, the trick to it is really you want to create or do, like I said, either a chroma keyed layer, so you use green, or a alpha layer, which would be a VP9 export. So in your video editing program, you're going to want to open a transparent layer and drag that over. Now in this instance, we're going to be doing a yeet for a effect. Took it long enough. Now we want to emphasize the yeet, so that's where we're actually going to add a video track. I should have added that, but anyways. Now we're going to line up our transparent layer with this. It only needs to be the size correctly done. Dink, dink. Go in and add a filter for our text. In this instance, it's going to be a fat yeet. And choose our font of choice. I always use Impact. Again, this is something I find that adds consistency. Alright, anyways, so we got our effect, we got it keyframed. Now we can go to export, the whole reason for this damn thing. So anyways, as you can see, you're going to have a few different selections. Now I'm not sure how your video editor is going to have it listed, but you're going to want to find your alpha channel listings. These essentially allow you to have transparencies when you export. Now I use VP9 whenever it has an alpha layer. Now one thing to keep in mind too, WebM files are super lightweight. I recommend you always use these for your stinger transitions as well as any overlaid effects through scenes like I'm about to show you. So again, WebM VP9 is the way to go. Me personally, you can configure it a little bit here. I leave it like it is because it just works good for how they have it set at the 2 mil bit rate, and the groups of picture, everything just lines up nice. You could try messing with it, but I've had fine luck with shortcuts, static settings. So we're just going to call this one the Yeats. WebM save. And as you can see, it's exporting. While we're exporting, I'm going to go ahead and pull up. Yes. And now once you get one of these scenes set, you're pretty much good to redo it. Me personally, you can't see it right now, but I actually have an avatar that'll be right there. And on these emphasized scenes, it emphasizes the avatar as well, but oh, so let's do one that actually sneak to the scene. There we go. That's a single layer one. Okay. Rename to the Yeet. Now, essentially, in these, you're still going to want your game to be shown. So, like, whatever your static original view is, personally, just duplicate that. So, me personally, that's VR view. And originally, I just duplicated it, and I made a larger view where it emphasizes my avatar. In this instance, it would be your cam, or if you have nothing, don't worry about it. But you emphasize that. Again, if you don't have anything, skip this step, just duplicate. And then you can come in and make your effect. Now, in this instance, this is rocking a different layer that needs to be removed. And I will add in a source. Yeet. Can't have the same name, that's why I did the exclamation point. Hit browse. Oh god, I think it saved to my desktop. Crap. Yeah, it did. Oh well. I have a different folder for that, but that's fine for this instance. I'll just show you. And then me personally, I'll leave it on loop just so I can, you know, see it yeet out. There is yeet on that. There it is. Okay. So anyways, we have our yeet. Good stuff. So we can go in here, and this plugin is called Advanced Scene Switcher. You can get it off OBS website. It's a handy one. I don't think it supports slobs, so sorry guys, but this is what I personally use. You can find a equivalent for your stream application, but this allows me to auto add more efficiency, automation to my scene transitions. So in this instance, we're going to be on the new Yeet scene. We're going to want to switch back to the VR view scene, my original scene, or in this instance, your game scene. Now, if you look in at the length of it, you can see it's 5 seconds, 47 milliseconds or whatever. And we'll basically just go into OBS and tell it to do that. So, now, one thing too is I always offset it just a little bit because I've noticed there's a little bit of lag. So if you do that, it'll cut it off. So it was 47 milliseconds, so I'll probably do 55 just to make it, and then use cut just to go right back. You could also do transition fade. It's up to you, whatever looks nice. But again, now we have that set. X out of this, and as you can see, now when I click on my Yeet, it'll pop up and then disappear.